credit accounts payable. Let's assume it's for $10,000 US is the amount of the order, okay? And the exchange rate, we're gonna say is 133. Okay, we're doing debit inventory for 13,333. And credit AP to the vendor for 13,333. That's easy. Now we move to March 31st, which is Canadian Tire's quarter end. And the spot rate at that date, let's say, is 134. All right, so review from last time. What entry will Canadian Tire record on March 31st?
Debit loss, credit AP.
For how much?
100.
Yes, $100. Right, so that's easy enough. Now, back to you, Justin. Why do you revalue the AP and not the inventory?
Because inventory doesn't change all the time, so.
That's not a good answer.
The price doesn't change.
Not a good answer. What's substantially different between inventory and AP? One is done and the other one is? Yeah?
Why is monetary?
Yes. So AP is monetary, inventory is non-monetary. So we're only gonna revalue the monetary item, right? Okay. So we're gonna basically record it, we're gonna revalue the AP, for changes in exchange rate because it's monetary. All right. Now let's move on to April 15th. And let's assume that the exchange rate now is 1.38. Okay? So Andre, what entry are you gonna book on April 15th to revalue the AP?
You're gonna debit loss.
For how much? Yeah, and credit? Okay, very good. So we're gonna do debit loss and credit AP to the vendor for $400. Now let's assume that we will actually pay out the vendor on that date, okay? So then we're gonna go debit AP vendor for how much, Andre?
13,800.
Yes, 13,800. All right, very good. That's it. So it's pretty simple. This assumes there's no hedge, okay? Hamza, what are you doing? Listen. All right, there's no hedge. You revalue the AP. We call the AP the actual hedged item, okay? Now, we're gonna layer on, yes, go down, go ahead.
Isn't 13,833?
Oh. I screwed up here. It should be 13,300. Right? Are you happy? Okay. All right. Now we go to the bank like we did last week. We talked about this. So let's say you went to the bank the prior year, November 1st, 2018, and you signed a forward contract. At that point in time, the exchange rate was, let's say, 1.28. Okay. I just made it up, doesn't matter. What's the debit and credit? Go ahead, Sue.
Due from bank,
How much?
1,2,800.
$1,2,800? What does that mean?
Well,
which of these two is actually going to move in the future? One's gonna stay fixed and one's gonna change. Which one's gonna change?
Due from bank.
Okay? So this is going to what we call float, and this is going to stay fixed. Okay, how do you know that? Is Canadian Tire an importer or an exporter?
It's an importer.
Importer, so what are they trying to fix? Their accounts receivable or their accounts payable?
Accounts payable.
Yes? So that's why we want this U2 bank to stay fixed. All right, now, not off the hook yet. What's gonna happen with this due from and this AP to the vendor? Are they going to end up being the same dollar amount? Are they gonna be different? They're gonna be the same? Yes, exactly. Okay, so let's continue here. Let's move to December 31st. But I want you to see, anyway, it's fine, we'll talk about it later. December 31st, the exchange rate moves to $1 equals 129. Okay? So I want you to give me the entry on that date.
Debit loss.
Okay, for how much?
100.
Okay, and credit?
Credit due from bank.
Yeah, due from bank for $100. Now, how do you know it was a loss and not a gain?
Because the currency has depreciated, they have to pay more. Oh, sorry, it would be the other way around, I think. My bad.
So debit, due from bank, and credit what? $100. So how do you know it's a gain?
Because that's the amount they received from bank now.
Well, I understand that, but how do you know it's a gain and not a loss? You gotta think to yourself, when you move from this date to this date, was it a good thing or a bad thing? In terms of, are you happy you signed the contract or sad you signed the contract?
You're happy.
So that's why it's a gain, okay? If you're sad, it's a loss. There you go. So now we go through, let's say to March 31st. Now let's do March 26th. So at this point in time, I'm gonna say that the forward rate is 134. Can you give me the debits and credits?
Due from bank, 500.
Credit,
Gain, 500.
okay? Let's do March 31st. What's the entry?
Same, due from bank, 100. Gain, 100.
And then we'll move to April 15th. What's the exchange rate on April 15th?
1.3.
How do you know that?
Because, that's the payment rate, I guess, maturity rate.
You can articulate better than that. Why, you're right, it's 138, but why is it 138? Why is it
The
138?
spot rate, I'm sorry,
So just keep on going.
because the spot rate and the forward rate are same on the maturity date.
Why? Why? These are the types of questions you guys have to give. You want to answer that, Connor?
It's because the spot rate pays, this is the forward
bank on that day, April 15th, you ask for a forward contract, the bank's gonna say, what day you want? I want April 15th. Guy says you're an idiot, that's today. So the forward rate and the spot rate are always the same on the contract maturity date. Okay? All right, so what's the entry here?
Due from line 300.
Yeah, credit.
Credit due 300.
Okay, now we're going to settle up with the bank. So the first thing we're gonna do is let's pay off the bank. So we're gonna go debit due to bank for how much?
800.
Okay, and then credit cash, 12,800. What's the next entry?
Debit cash
How much?
13,800.
And credit?
Due from bank.
Okay, is he right? Yes, he is. So you can see here that you knew at time zero how much you were going to pay, correct? That was locked in. What you didn't know is which way the spot rates would move. But how it works is, regardless of how the rates move, the amount that you pay to the vendor here will always exactly offset this entry here. Okay? Now, they are with different parties, right? They're not the same party. You can't just illegally offset them on your statements. So the dollar amounts will always be the same. You don't know what the dollar amounts will be at time zero, but they will be the same. So this washes out with that, but that's with this, and lo and behold, we've locked in at time zero how much we're gonna pay to the vendor, okay? All right, now, this stuff here, we're gonna refer to as the hedging instrument. Okay, this is also reviewed from last time. The hedged item versus the hedging item. The hedging item usually is a forward contract, doesn't have to be. The hedged item usually will be AP if it's an importer, or what will it be if it's an exporter?
Accounts receivable.
Accounts receivable, excellent, okay? So this is your plain vanilla, bread and butter kind of transactions that you're gonna see. Now, for the hedged item, what are you using to revalue the AP? Are you using spot rates or forward rates? For the hedged item? You sure? Yes. Okay. So for the hedged item, you're always going to use changes in spot rates. For the hedging item, you're going to use changes in the forward rates, exactly. Now, this transaction over here, these sets of transactions over here with the actual vendor. Does this represent a transaction? Yes.
Yes.
Somebody in the buying department that can entire physically bought the stuff. Does this represent a transaction? Represent a transaction? Yes. Somebody in treasury physically phoned up the bank and signed a contract. All right. Now, we need to layer on top of this, do we want to use hedge accounting? That's a decision that the accountants make that does not impact cash flows. It only impacts how debits and credits are recorded, all right? So it's very important to understand. So this here assumes no hedge accounting. no hedge accounting is synonymous with all gains and losses going through the income statement, right? That's simple. All right, now you might say, well, why do we need to have any consultation between the accountant and senior management? And the answer is, why would the CEO or CFO ever get excited and say, hey, accounting department, time to wake up from your afternoon nap. We want to talk about debits and credits. Why is the CEO and CFO phoning me about debits and credits? This is like, they never phone me. So why are they phoning me? So if we know this, we need to think. You need to think about what's going on here.
Because they're making a lot of profit here?
No. Wants to help them out?
They want to partake in earnings management and skew their earnings higher.
Yes, they want, I like that, they want to partake in earnings management, all right? So as it is right now, there's possibly a lot of volatility. Now, these are small dollars, so this wouldn't really give rise to any concern. If we're dealing with tens of millions of dollars, we can have huge fluctuations, right? Okay, so what can we do to mitigate that volatility is essentially the question that they're gonna ask you, okay, CEO and CFO. You're gonna say, well, we can use hedge accounting. They're gonna say, what the heck is hedge accounting? You're gonna say, well, if we use hedge accounting, then rather than recording this to gain, we can record this to OCI. Okay? You're thinking, okay. And these are small dollar amounts, let's assume they're in hundreds of millions of dollars, $100 million. They're gonna say, yeah, let's do it. We don't really want that income this year, we wanna defer it to later, that's fine. So then they're gonna say, well, we're not too smart on accounting, but what is this OCI account? You're gonna say it's, what's OCI stand for?
Other comprehensive.
Other comprehensive income, they're gonna say, well, what is that, balance sheet or income statement?
It goes directly to balance sheet.
Balance sheet, they're gonna say, well, when can that flow through income? That'd be nice if we can have it flow through income. You're gonna say,
When there are realized.
oh, that's a word right here. It's too vague. At what point in time are we going to clear out the OCI account? I didn't teach you every year yet. Now you need to go on intuition.
I don't remember that studied before.
March 26th. The day that we get the inventory is the day that we're going to clear out the OCI account. So what's the balance of the OCI account on March 26th?
100.
No. You need to add it up. If you're a T account, what's the balance in the T account for OCI? Oh, hold on. You're stopping at March 26th. $600. What entity are you gonna book to clear out the OCI?
Debit OCI.
And credit? This is where you guys falter. You're not, I'm gonna say you guys, and in general, the logic's not there. No. What's the underlying asset that we're buying here?
The AP. Oh, inventory.
There you go, inventory, okay. So we're gonna throw an entry here, which is debit OCI and credit inventory for 600. Okay. We're gonna clear up an OCI account and reallocate it to inventory. Conceptually, that's because, why did we enter into the forward contract? To mitigate the risk associated with inventory. Okay?
I have a question.
Yeah.
So doesn't that decrease the value of the inventory?
Yes. Fine. The foreign exchange gain or loss. Okay. Now, when is is that $600 gonna flow through income? That's the next question for you.
When it's sold, the inventory sold.
Yes, what's the entry when sold?
Debit, sales to, sorry, sales to accounts,
No, you better want to have them?
cash, sorry.
No, go ahead.
Not that cash.
What's the entry when you
Sell at the inventory.
debit? Debit what? Debit cash credit? Or, you guys need to go back to first year again? I don't want you guys to. That was painful, I don't wanna do it again. We're gonna do debit cash, credit sales, right? And debit. You guys should know this, you'd be really upset here. What's the other entry? No, Charles, you're gonna answer it. Debit. What's the, debit cash, credit sales, what's the second entry? No, put your hands down. You ready? Do it.
Debit, cost of goods sold.
Yes?
Credit,
There you go. You knew that, I hope, no? Good. So that's what's gonna flow through the income statement. Okay, very good. Yeah, so that's basically it. So you did all that work. Now, it's not as easy as just plugging the entries. You have to document for the auditors. At the point in time you signed the contract with the bank, which was November 1st, you have to document, all right? Saying, on this day, Canadian Tire signed a contract, see Exhibit A. Why did you buy the contract? To hedge against FX risk associated with the purchase of inventory that we are going to buy on March 26th and pay on April 15th, all right? And the auditors, if they're smart, will look at this before April 15th to see if you actually didn't document it after the fact, right? And then they'll see, okay, hey, are things matching up? If you don't do that, then you cannot apply hedge accounting. So the actual physical act of changing the credits, that's a joke, right? The real work is you need to document for each and every hedge whether you're going to use hedge accounting. All right? I should rephrase that. If you're not going to use hedge accounting, document nothing. If you're going to use hedge accounting, then you have to say all the stuff I just told you. All right? Yeah.
I just had a question, but,
Yeah.
so are we supposed to do both sides of?
You're doing this and you're doing this.
Okay,
Everything.
and then if they don't hedge it, you don't do the left side?
No.
No.
So, remember, this is an actual contract with the bank. Let's be specific. When you say if they hedge it, do you mean economic hedge or accounting hedge? Yeah, sure, yes. If there's no economic hedge, this disappears. Of course, because all we have is we have a contract. If there's no contract, then we don't have these entries, right? But on top of that, the accountant has to decide, assuming we do have this contract, whether it's hedge accounting. If there's no hedge accounting, then these all become gains or losses rather than OCI. Okay? So the only thing you're achieving by using hedge accounting is rather than using the income statement accounts, you're using the OCI account. Whatever balance we have in the OCI account on this date, on the inventory receipt date, will be recycled through inventory. Right? Yeah.
Just to clarify, this example is based on like entry to a forward contract prior to when we actually received inventory.
Oh, yes.
And the reason why we're reevaluating the inventory, like,
Well, I'm not there yet. I don't want you to steal my thunder yet. Okay? You're just about to do it. But yes, we're entering into this prior to the inventory receipt date. So last week I told you Canadian Tire forecast purchases like 18 months in advance. So they will know approximately how much they're going to be buying. Like 6 months for sure they know what they're be paying. Right? So this is not uncommon to have. So this is an anticipated, it's a hedge of an anticipated transaction. T diagram for you to write. So the first date we're gonna have on here is November the 1st. November 1st, 2018. Then we're gonna write on here December 31st, 2018. Then we'll have March 26th, 2019. March 31st, 2019, and April 15th. Okay. So those are all the dates that I used in these sets of transactions. All right, so first question is, on November the 1st, 2018, what existed? The hedged item, the hedging item, or both the hedged and the hedging item? Okay, so the first date, what actually existed on the balance sheet? Well,
Hedging it.